Hi everybody, great to be back with you again on day 8 of our Advent journey together. So let's see what our Advent calendar has for us today. We're looking for number 8. Oh, found it really pretty quickly. It's up here in the upper left-hand quadrant, right on the shepherd with the flock of sheep. So let's see what it is for today. And our scripture today is from Luke 2, verse 1. In those days a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that the whole world should be enrolled. And we have some kind of herald there reading from a scroll. Those of us who have been Christians for a while are very familiar with this aspect of the Christmas story. But I'm guessing that it's never been as relatable to us as it is today. I suppose it's easy enough to understand the concept of a government decree that upends your entire life, but many of us have never actually experienced it before firsthand, until 2020. Now we all have a new and improved insight into what the people in this story were going through. Looks can be deceiving, especially when you factor in the spiritual element. What might seem of great importance to us, such as who the president appoints as the next Supreme Court justice, may have little or no bearing from an eternal perspective. And little things that almost nobody pays the least bit of attention to, like whether or not I obey a government decree to put on this mask before I go into the Dollar General, might have effects that last into eternity. Do you think I might be overstating things just a little bit? Well, then let's consider Caesar Augustus. He was arguably the most important and powerful person on the planet in those days. Yet he's only a peripheral character in this story. In fact, except for this one reference, he'll never be mentioned again in Scripture. He's in Rome, the seat of power for a globe-spanning empire, but thousands of miles away from where the events that Luke is focusing on are taking place. He's completely ignorant of the poor young couple in Nazareth. Probably wasn't even aware that there was a place called Nazareth, much less how his decree would affect the people there. They're not worthy of his notice. But from the Lord's perspective, what's about to happen in Nazareth and subsequently Bethlehem as a result of this decree are the most important events in all of human history to that point. When we all stand before Jesus on the day of judgment, will he care about who we voted for in the last election? What about the last 10 elections that came before that one? I don't know, but I suspect not, especially when I consider that a great many Christians voted for somebody else. But if I were to engage in callous or even simply careless behavior that gives someone cause to doubt the truth of the gospel, well, that's something I'm quite sure that the Lord would take notice of. Not that I would lose my salvation, but surely that would be wood, hay, and stubble rather than gold, silver, or precious jewels. And if you're not sure what I mean by that, look it up in 1 Corinthians chapter 3. Before I close, let me share another scripture that I think is particularly relevant this Christmas in 2020. It's found in Colossians chapter 3, starting in verse 1. If then you were raised with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ is, sitting at the right hand of God. Set your mind on things above, not on things on the earth. It's so easy to be distracted by earthly things at Christmas time, especially this year. We will all have to try just a little bit harder to direct our attention upward. Thank you for listening. God bless you, and Merry Christmas.